Hello and welcome to my stress-free Christmas video. Today I'm going to teach you 5 tips on how to have a stress-free Christmas, so let's get to it. Alright, let's start with tip number 1. Tip number 1 is to breathe. Whenever we're stressed out, it's probably because our brain is going into that flight or fight response, which makes our palms sweaty, our hearts race quickly. So here is a quick tip that you can do anywhere that's going to help you with that. Squid breathing is the one tip that I'm going to pass on to you right now. And you can do it anywhere. So whether you're washing the dishes after Christmas lunch, whether you're walking the dog, whether you are in the car hibernating from the kids, whatever it is, you can do squid breathing. So let me talk you through it. What you need to do is you need to breathe in for a count of 4. You need to hold that breath for a count of 4. You need to breathe out for a count of 4, and you need to rest. As simple as that. So what I'm going to do is I'll count you in, and you can do it at home, and I'll count you in whilst you're doing it, so we can have a little practice run. Okay, so you've got to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, and rest, 2, 3. Let's try that again. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, and rest, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, and rest. How do you feel right now? Do you feel a little bit more centered? That's what squid breathing will do for you. It'll center you, it'll ground you, it'll make you feel like you've got your roots planted rather than feeling all flight or fighty. Because what happens is you send messages to your brain that you're not out of control, that you're actually in control, and you do that by using your breathing. So that is tip number 1. We're moving on to tip number 2, and that is mindfulness. Now, whenever we're stressful, we get into our brains a little bit, and what mindfulness does is it brings us back to the present moment and also brings us back to our environment, into our bodies. The way we do this is by using all our senses. So what can you smell right now? What can you taste? What are you touching at the moment? Again, I'm going to use the analogy of washing the dishes after Christmas lunch. Feel the weight of the plates. How does the water feel, the running water from the taps? How does the soap suds feel? Also, how is your weight distributed in your body right now? If you're standing up, are you putting your weight to the left-hand side or to the right-hand side or in the middle? Even though paying attention to our senses may seem very little in comparison to our stress, they are vital to ensure that it doesn't escalate into this massive thing, or that you say the wrong thing to Aunt Marjorie at Christmas. Use that mindfulness to ground yourself. Again, we've got 2 grounding exercises there. One's breathing and the other one is mindfulness. So what's number 3? Right, number 3 is find your voice. So what do I mean by that? Do I mean you're going to be doing a solo of Holy Night in the middle of the family? No, I do not mean that at all. You have to learn to say no. This can be so hard for people out there who are people pleasers, but please, I implore you, for a stress-free Christmas, it's time to say no. I cannot do Christmas lunch this year. I cannot walk the dog. I cannot take Timmy to the Christmas play. Whatever it is that you feel super stressed out about, I think it's time for you to say no. It's really difficult to find your voice sometimes. However, I think at Christmas, when our expectations are so high, using the word no is the most important word. If there's something that's bringing you too much stress and not enough joy, then you need to speak up about it and allow your voice to be heard. Let yourself off the hook. It's okay to say no. Actually, it's future-proofing your happiness to say no. Because to have a stress-free Christmas not only benefits you, but it benefits your family and friends around you. You're going to turn up happier and healthier because of it. Tip number 4 is to delegate. We're going to have a lot of expectations on our time and our resources this Christmas. But it doesn't have to be all stressful. Grab yourself a piece of paper, Write down all of the tasks that you have to do this Christmas, even if it's just 10. Write 10 tasks down, maybe the ones that you don't particularly want to do. And then do another column of where you can delegate those jobs and who you can delegate those jobs to. Could the children help out with laying the table? Could your friends bring the Christmas crackers? Whatever you feel is right to delegate, it's time to open your mouth, find your voice by asking for help. And that will, honestly, it will ensure you with less on your list and more time for fun. And we're on the last one. Tip number 5 for a stress-free Christmas: done is better than perfect. I know the perfectionists out there, the ones with the super high standards, are gonna start freaking out by this, but I want you to start thinking in a different way. How about doing things to 80% amazing and just leaving that 20% chance or uncertainty, or maybe you might burn the roast potatoes, who knows? I don't know why I'm talking about food so much in this video, but we'll just go with it. Done is always better than perfect, because it's perfectionism that stops you in your tracks and creates that extra level of stress. So always aim for 80% perfect and allow that 20% to be what it is, and enjoy your Christmas. And on the note of done is better than perfect, I purposefully, and I wonder if anybody noticed this, I purposefully only wore one earring. Because guess what? Done is always better than perfect. And it was more important to me to get this video out to you and to prove a point that it doesn't really matter. What matters is you show up, you're there, you're present with your family and your friends, and you enjoy your time off from work. So there we go, 5 tips for a stress-free Christmas. We have breathing, mindfulness, I forgot the other one, finding your voice, saying no, delegating, and also getting rid of perfectionism. There's no point in having perfectionism when it comes to Christmas because there's so many variables. If you like this video, please feel free to share it with whoever you feel will benefit from it. Have a wonderful stress-free Christmas, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.